Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. Welcome. Okay, I'm looking at Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles. A tangible start, having it be Ace of Pentacles and also Eight of Wands. Feels like there's a relationship between the two of these. Ace of Pentacles can be something that's actually materializing, where you can experience it with your five senses or one of your five senses, because pentacles are generally something that's going to like physically materialize. Ace of Wands is connected with something that you're feeling inspired to do, something that you're feeling motivated to do, and there could be, it seems like there's a relationship between the two of these. So this can be something where you're like, I'm having this bright idea now, or I want to get this started, or now I'm able to do this. It's something where opportunity is knocking now, it seems. Keeping the balance between the two of these is important. It can be a time of gathering information. I'm seeing Page of Swords here. So there can be questions that you're asking. There can be information that you are retrieving. It can be something that you feel curious. It can be something that you feel curious about that you're looking into. Maybe just to know more about this. This doesn't mean that you're committed yet. This means that there's opportunity and you may not have made up your mind what you want to do about it. Aces are going to be like a door that's in front of you. It looks like you're opening it and peeking at what's inside, but you may not have decided to go through it yet. As far as what I'm seeing here, so I'm seeing you be at a point where you could be spending your time having opened this and you're checking out what's inside of there. And that may be where you are within the cycle so far. Having Page of Swords here and having Seven of Pentacles, there can be layers to this that you're looking into. This can be like I'm getting my information from different sources, or I have like all like these different questions that I'm going to be asking. It feels like there are layers to the process, or there are steps to the process, or there can be different things that are going to go together. Like this is going to paint a whole picture, but there may be different pieces or different aspects of it. And you're at this point of sort of gathering this. This can be like intel, insight that you're gathering, research, information. Stuff that's going to stimulate you intellectually, mentally, pique your curiosity, satisfy your curiosity, those types of things. Now, I'm seeing Hierophant and I'm seeing Ace of Swords and Ten of Cups. There could be some different things that you're balancing that could be of peak interest to you. Things that you could feel. I'm seeing that this is going to be a happy chapter that's getting started. Something where you can feel like things are sitting well with you or just fitting right internally. You can also feel electrified too, is the feeling that I'm getting from this Ten of Cups. So you can be doing something where you're like, I feel very engaged in this, or I feel involved, or I feel sort of inspired to participate or be present in it. Seems like there's also a practical side to this as well, like having Taurus and also having Two of Pentacles here. There's a breakthrough of some sort. Okay. This new chapter that's potentially going to be started, it may conflict with either something that you already know, something that you're used to. It can even be like a way of doing things that like you're going to have to break out of that. You may have to break out of familiarity or anything that it wouldn't be breaking out of something arbitrarily. This would be breaking out of something that would be keeping you in a box that you no longer need to fit within. So you can be expanding beyond that. How you're going to do that exactly, it feels like that's what was being figured out. Having Ace of Wands feels like you found your answer though. Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords. So it can be like, out of all of these different things, what am I going to do? I don't know what to pick. And then having Ace of Wands here, it's like I've picked one, like one of these things that are going on where you could have spent time figuring that out. Ace of Wands is feeling like I picked one of these things, and so I know what I'm going to be holding on to, or at least what I'm going to be prioritizing now. And then also having Ace of Swords there. 3 aces out of the 4 aces. Ace of Swords is like, this is going to feel like a moment of breakthrough for you, where you've figured it out, or you've decided, or you know about the route that you're going to take, something like that. Or like what you want to focus on, what you want to prioritize. I do feel that you may have like more than one thing going on. How about that? You may have more than one thing going on, and you want to focus on the ones that are most internally connected for you. So this means that there's something on the inside that you're getting from this. So it's not necessarily about stuff externally. This is like, how is it nurturing me on an internal level? And it feels like there's a balance of that. And you can even be doing like, I'm balancing the practical side of things, and I'm also balancing like an internally nurturing side. So I'm not forgetting that I'm here in 3D tending to these things like in a physical manner, and I'm also not dismissing that what's going on internally for me is also, it's important to nourish and nurture that world as well within me. So it's like the outside and the inside is what this is feeling like. Okay, so coming back to this idea over here about this new chapter potentially challenging like old beliefs or old ways of doing things or old systems or the way that is like customary for you, there's definitely a challenge where you could be breaking out of some type of old pattern or old way of thinking, but it would be because you would feel that like you need to break out of it, otherwise it's holding you back. So it can be a stagnation, it can be where you could feel stubborn about doing things a different way. The Hierophant is connected with a fixed energy, especially when it comes to your habits and whatnot. The way that you're perceiving things, what you are giving value to, putting stock in. Having there be a 5 over here, it shows that there's going to be a change with that, which is going to allow things to further evolve. So this can mean that there's going to be learning that's going to happen, and there's going to be expanding that's going to be happening, and you may be shifting your perspective around as well. This can also be expanding beyond just like what you were taught in a certain setting too. The Hierophant can be like, I was always told this and this was always what I followed, but now this new chapter can be challenging that, where you're going to expand beyond that. So you can be exploring like different belief systems, or you could have something going on that's contradicting or opposing or conflicting with a belief system or a way of doing things, and so that situation is going to be worked out. I'm seeing that there's going to be a breakthrough that's associated with this, so you will know what opportunity to take. And even though it's clear, meaning something gets figured out and you know what to do, you know where to go, But having Nine of Swords can be this feeling of there being a reticence to allow things to change and to evolve, because that feeling can be scary, especially attached to this fixed energy of Taurus here, which is the only major arcana here so far. Taurus is like, I have the things that make me feel comfortable. I have these things that make me feel secure. And by holding on to these things, I feel safe. But that's being challenged in this situation for you. And so you know what to do. You know what door to go through. Out of the different options and doors that you had, I'm seeing you pick one, and I'm seeing it be very clear to you. Like, there's no question about this. There's going to be a lot of new stuff going on. This is going to feel like multiple new chapters that are opening simultaneously. So even though you know what door to go through, having Nine of Swords can be like, this is intimidating to me, or this is scary to me, because like, what's going to change then if I can't fall back on these old familiar things, or if I am possibly surrendering certain things that bring me an element of security, like allow me to connect with that in my life. What if things change and then I don't have that anymore? What's going to happen then? So it feels like questions that are associated with that, all mental stuff that's going on, where it's like something is changing, something is shifting, something's being worked out, changing and evolving, and then the mental component of what is this going to turn into now? And it also feels like a mini ego death that's happening here too, a bit. But also at the same time, you're like, I'm prioritizing my pursuit of happiness. This is something that I need. This is something that on the inside, this is being validated for me. Like, this is definitely the way to go. I'm seeing that you're still in a spot where there are still answers that you're looking for. There can be still things that you need to do, or stuff that you're finding out, or things that you're squaring away. The Page of Swords reminds me of a very Gemini type of energy. And so you can be organizing. There can be a sense of like discipline that you need to do. There can be like varying things that you have to get ready or get in order. It can be like that type of thing. You can also feel too that even though you know that this is connected with your pursuit of happiness, where you feel like you're supposed to be going, where you feel like you belong, that type of thing, you can also feel like there are challenges where you really have to show up and believe in what you're doing, and to continue to pursue this, and to be willing to show up. Some of you could be moving. I'm seeing the Chariot here. It doesn't have to be physical moving. It can be mental movement. It can be emotional movement. It can be psychic movement. It can be physical movement too. Especially like having all of this stuff, having Ace of Swords can definitely be mental, intellectual movement, stimulation, can be happening when it comes to your motivation. With the Ace of Wands, can physically be happening with the Ace of Pentacles as well. Lots of different ways that this can be. You could have also felt like you needed to work out what should be prioritized as you were going through this. So that can also be something that's been being figured out. I feel too like the way that things have been taught to you, some things pertaining to this experience may be challenging those things, or challenging you to get outside of your comfort zone. Or again, like themes that have to do with Taurus. It's like the things that allow you to feel secure, whether it's like stuff emotionally, stuff materially, stuff mentally. It feels like this situation is challenging those things to you, but it's challenging in a way where there's an evolving, where there's an expanding that's happening. In the very center of this, I'm seeing Ace of Swords, so know that you are totally on point with this moving through. There's nothing that you're not seeing. I'm seeing you be crystal clear. I'm seeing you be figuring things out. I'm seeing you have the right priorities. I'm seeing you over here doing the things that you need to do, like really setting yourself up for success within this situation. And I'm seeing too that even though it can feel like a lot of new stuff is going on, or like a lot of new chapters are being open right now, having the Chariot is a very auspicious thing to be seeing, because it shows that whatever can be popping up and feeling difficult, whatever can feel like a barrier, it shows that you're going to work it out and find yourself on the other side of it. So there's nothing that's going to be popping up that you're not going to figure out. So that means that things will fall into place. And also too, that you're being strategic with your approach. It's a multifaceted approach as well. And to just trust yourself in what it is that you're doing. And I'm seeing too, there being some type of importance of you continuing to obtain information or insight, like whatever this is that you have going on. There may be like more investing in researching something, or needing to get answers, or looking into something, or looking things up, or continuing to organize, or even like do tasks that need to be done. Investing more in your curiosity as it's related to this process for you. I'm seeing Taurus and I'm seeing Cancer may have prominence of those placements in your chart. One or the other for some of you. This can feel like a kind of a scary opportunity, but only because you could feel like a lot is changing, and that's why. So I don't know if scary is going to be the right word for all of you, but it could be like, I'm aware that things are changing and I can feel like a bit heightened about that, or a bit like activated about that, but at the same time, I feel very strongly like this is the way to go. It's like palpable the way that this feels. So you can definitely be feeling that. Make sure that you're maintaining this balance between like your external and internal priorities, needs, necessities. It's very important to do both of these things, I'm seeing. So don't neglect one over the other. It's important to tend to all of it. So I'm just seeing that be something, especially when it's time where you're figuring something out and being like, what am I supposed to focus on right now? Make sure that you're there's a balance to it, the way that you're doing things. And make sure that you're just prioritizing, like, what is the most important thing for me to be tending to right now, when you're in a space where you're like, what do I do with my energy right now? So you're not going to be feeling like that all the time, but when you do start feeling like that, you just think about what's most important for you to be tending to. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.